Alright guys, Hayzink here, welcome back to the channel for another Street Fighter Duel video. So, this video is actually prompted by just a kind of comment I came across on Reddit, to be honest. And, you know, I kind of thought I would address this. It's not like drama, it's not like an attack or anything like that, it's about the game. And it's basically some minor points this Redditor brought up, and I mean, the thing is, they're absolutely right. They were replying to someone who was basically pointing out a criticism they had with the game, and they had happened to say that, you know what, you need to be careful because people will jump down your throat and talk about all the quality of life improvements and stuff like that, not mentioning about content not happening, no updates, blah blah blah. Anyway, got me thinking, you know what, the guy's absolutely right. People do talk about things in this game, and I don't really see where it's coming from, so strap in, because some of you might not like this video, but it's just things that I need to get off my chest and things that I think need to be said. Now, I don't know where this is coming from, that they're not developing new content because they've been busy working on quality of life stuff. What quality of life stuff? Someone needs to actually point out what quality of life stuff that they've been working on. In fact, before we get to the one thing I think people can maybe cite as quality of life, in fact, you know what, we'll do it first. The one thing that people will probably cite as quality of life would be this. It is literally the only thing they have done, and here's a hot take for you. This isn't good, okay? Allow me to explain what I mean by that. Basically, we had been starved of anything, right? We had been starved of any way whatsoever to get rid of our tokens and to get rid of our duplicate characters in here. And this system came into play, which was designed to allow people to get rid of these cards, okay? And they have another system where if you reset characters, you get some of them out of your box, and you also get some more of these cards. And people decided the best course of action is, let's do that, get cards, sell those cards, we can then go to the shop, buy more stuff, and it will free up space in our box. Now you'll notice I never made a video talking about doing that, right? There's a reason for that, because it's a dog shit system, right? It's a terrible system. Allow me to explain what I mean by that. We are devaluing what we have either spent in money or in time on this game, okay? We are. Plain and simple, that's what we're doing, right? Because with this system, they should have had flat out two tiers. They should have had a tier for B grade materials, i.e. cards, and B grade units. There shouldn't have ever been this convoluted system where we need to do this conversion thing to turn units into cards, to then turn the cards into points. That should never have had to happen, right? It should have been a system where there was a premium for our A rank units and a non-premium for our B rank units. The green one would be non-premium, purple, whatever, would be premium. And you would get either higher amounts or more rare materials from this shop for your more premium currency, okay? That way, that would assign a value that was greater to your more rare pools and your more rare units, okay? Instead, what we as players have either chosen to do or feel forced to do is to now break down our units, which we have suffered with for so long, okay? Because this system came into place, right? We were so starved of an ability to get rid of all our duplicate units. What did we start doing? We started to actually spend our diamonds for the privilege of getting rid of units from our box. We pay them to allow us to get space. That's a bad system. It is a bad system, hands down. Everyone will say, oh, Hayzink, what are you talking about? We get to get all these materials. Yeah, but people are now doing this because they feel they have to do this to keep up, okay? And you've now created an environment where, why are Topjoy going to do anything about it now? Topjoy will not now go in and address the dupe issue, because the dupe issue doesn't exist anymore, because what people have done is they've taken this subpar system, which it is, okay? It's good if you're just converting stuff that you've earned, but you are giving up your premium units that you should be getting more for. You're giving them up, you're paying for that privilege to get tokens to go in here and spend. There is now no longer a dupe issue. They will never do anything to change that. So as players, we have basically adopted this subpar system that we have to pay to use. We have adopted that, and they're never going to change it, okay? So that is the one quality of life improvement that they have been working on. People point out one other quality of life improvement. Go on. Some people will probably say soul power. Soul power started off as a quality of life improvement. Absolutely. And if they had kept it going, it would have been great. But instead, this is no longer a quality of life improvement. This is a sales vehicle. This exists solely for the purpose of pumping up these units, the premium units, to make them appear better, perform better, be stronger than every other unit in the game. It's another carrot to make these units better than everywhere else. This is not a quality of life improvement. This is not something that has made this game better in any way, shape or form. In fact, you could argue it's made the game worse. If they had continued to give it to every unit, old units, legendary units, factional units, whatever, all the way through the board, then this would have been a great system, fantastic system, a great quality of life improvement. But instead, they have decided, no, do you know what? That only goes to the tip top, to the people who spend money, to the people who buy the premium units. This, again, is literally a sales vehicle. It is not there to improve the game in any way, shape or form. It's just there to widen the gap between these units that are likely to cost you a lot of money and the units that are accessible and free. In fact, even units that do cost a lot of money, divination, the units don't get them because they want you to go into that more expensive pool, the one that costs you about twice as much for the tickets. They don't care that divination is difficult to get a hold of. They want you to spend money on those higher price tickets, okay? So anyone who wants to come back to this video and say, Hayzink, what do you mean we've never had any free quality of life improvements since the game started? That's a quality of life improvement. No, it's not. I've just told you how it's not. So don't come into the comments and tell me that soul power was a quality of life improvement. So, I would love someone to tell me now what quality of life improvements they have made to this game. Since day one, they haven't. Not a single one. Now, if we're talking about in the shop, you can now buy multiples instead of buying one at a time. I mean, by technically speaking, yes, you could say that's a quality of life improvement, but it's not really. They should have done that from the get-go. That should have been there from. That was fixing a mistake. I don't call that a quality of life improvement. I call that fixing a mistake, not a quality of life improvement. So anyone who's actually like trying to rebut, you have these diehards, right? I don't understand why these diehards exist in any capacity, in any game, in any fandom, in anything. If someone makes valid criticisms, like, why do we still have units that are broken? Okay, why does this guy die if he's stunned? Now, I've not really said anything about that because I think he's too overpowered anyway, and we do actually need some, I guess, weaknesses for him. But they decided to go in and bug fix him when he was getting silenced and then killed. So why did you not fix it when he gets stunned and then killed? Because it's basically the same thing but a different effect. So that's been sitting there since launch. He's still not fixed, okay? You have the two trigger units. You have Kami, and you also have Baddest Jury, who allow you actively to cancel their trigger skills during the usage of them, okay? So, I mean, this isn't a case of you go too fast and the trigger skills don't have a chance to actually proc so that you can just go again, right? That's not that. These guys actually, during their skills, you can cancel them. That is not a function of the game. That is a bug, right? These characters are sitting broken, not working properly. There is probably more I'm not really wanting to go down the rabbit hole of looking at any more units that are busted, right? Because, you know what? Will they even care enough to fix them? No, probably not, right? And people are actually saying things like, they don't do this, they don't make new content. New content. What are we missing? Well, we're missing the thing that we've been missing since day one, since the inevitable start of the game. The inevitable? The overall start of the game, right? So, what? 1 year and 7 months at this point? Soon does not encompass 1 year and 7 months. It doesn't. I mean, just do us a favour, Topjoy, and just change this. Just, like, literally drop out if you need to. I think you should literally just change this screen, and at this stage of the game, I really do think that you should pretty much just make it look along the lines of that. Just change it to something like that. Take the coming soon away, because we know you're full of shit, right? We know it's not going to happen, but you would like to make people keep thinking that, you know what, this content's maybe going to come one day, maybe on this next update, maybe on this next anniversary, maybe we'll actually get something. No, it's not going to happen, right? Prove me wrong. Go prove me wrong, right? I'd love you to prove me wrong. But it's not going to happen. You're not going to do it. So learn what the word soon means. You can look at some resources online, things like a dictionary, that will explain what the word soon actually means, okay? 1 year and 7 months is not soon. It's gone. That is like, woof, off ski. Coming whenever we feel like it. Coming maybe never. Coming, haha. Stuff like that would be more appropriate to be in there. But coming soon does not apply. So take that, shove it up your arse, because it's not true, okay? Things like that. People are saying, but they've been doing well. They've been working on quality of life improvements. What have they done? Genuinely, what have they done? Events? Most recent event was literally a copy-paste. People have been saying for the longest time, events are copy-pastes, okay? They weren't literally, because you had different bosses, you had different challenges within the whole spiderweb hunt and all that stuff. This one was literally a reskin of another event, okay? Apart from the Constellarium, the star thing, right? Take that out, replace it with Battle Lust. We had those bosses, we had those stages and spiderweb hunt and everything. It was quite literally Control C, Control V, put on a new skin. They changed nothing about it. So they're running out of ideas on that regard. So people are saying it's because they're doing things like improving the game in the back end. They're doing things like quality of life improvements. What are they doing? What have they done? Someone show me what they have done. Seriously, someone in the comments tell me, since this game has launched, okay, what have they done? Because everything like cars, that was all there in the launch window, right? Soul Power was added quite early on. Like I say, they backtracked from it. It is what it is. But what have they done? What new stages have they done? What new ways of playing? What new bosses or infrastructures? One thing, boss rush. We've already seen it all. It's just the same thing over and over now. You know, it's half the time I even forget to do it. Like, look at my name, Hayzink. I have no rank. I totally forgot to do boss rush because it is now just so mundane and it's just the same thing that it's quite easy to actually forget that it exists. You have guilds for a reason. And all you've ever done is this one guild event that has 3 bosses, they've never changed, you've never varied it up, you've got the worst matchmaking possible. Like literally, you take the strongest factions and you match them against people who have got like 1, 2, 3 members. What are you doing? Like seriously, someone has to come to me and tell me what have they actually done to improve this game since day one. Name one thing that they've actually implemented that is a new feature, something that is different that they've added to this game. I'll wait, because you can't do it, because they've not done anything, right? So people who are citing things like quality of life improvements, that's why you need to forgive them for not fixing this, that's why you need to forgive them for not improving that. What utter bullshit that is. It is absolute bullshit. Topjoy, I'll call them out again, Topjoy, they seem to not like it. I've been told they don't like it. Topjoy have done nothing apart from monetize this game and The worst part is, every new unit on the premium end is bugged. You've got Kami, first new unit, Bison, first new unit designed, wasn't in China, bugged. No, in fact, that's a lie. Baddest Jury was the first new unit that wasn't in China. Baddest Jury, bugged. Next new special unit, Kami, bugged. I've not used Sakura enough to know. I mean, Sakura might be bugged, I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know, right? But they have made 3 special summon units who are premium, brand spanking new units, and each one of them is bugged. That's not normal. That is not normal. And we should not be waiting months upon months upon months to get them fixed. At this stage, Vega has been out for 7 months, because he came out on the 1 year anniversary. I think Jury was just before or just after him. I think Jury came just before the Turtles. So Jury's been out almost 6 months, and she's been busted the entire time. I don't know, someone needs to come back to me and tell me what these so-called quality of life improvements are. Anyway, bit of a rant, certain things I want to get fixed. A lot of you won't agree with my take on the substitution shop, but it's true. We have basically adopted a dogshit system that we pay for. We pay for the ability to take our dupes, who we should be getting more for, okay, because we work hard for them. Some people spend money for them and all the rest of it, and we are basically paying to dilute them down to a lower tier currency that we can then exchange to get medals. There should be a system, there should always have been a system in place to convert those dupes to something that is of a more significant, more fair value for what these things take to get. And again, because the masses have adopted this system so much, they're not going to do anything, because as far as they're going to be concerned, there is no longer a dupe problem. Anyway, I've been Hayzink, thanks for watching, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.